Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Today is Food Fridays.
Do you know what that means?
Sometimes it's rice.
Sometimes it's donuts.
Sometimes it's donuts. If you've never seen a Food Fridays before, guys, we have a theme song, and it goes like this. It's Food Fridays, and you know what that means. Sometimes it's rice, and sometimes it's beans. I was going to make you
I thought you were
sing.
snapping to do the intro.
I was going to try and get you to sing it by yourself.
Oh.
And I thought you were trying to get me to
And
start.
you went like that, and I thought we were snaps.
Oh.
Yeah.
You mean like this?
Are we ready to begin?
Good morning.
My name is Misty.
Come on, Ike, it's time.
We would be honored if you would join us.
The greatest adventure of all time.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Come on, let's get in character.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Oh, come on!
Oh, we're good.
Food Fridays, folks. It's
Food
donuts.
Fridays.
We got to get right into it because there's a lot to talk about.
It's true. So, did you know that Canada consumes the most donuts and has the most donut shops per capita of any country in the world?
I did not know that, and yet still not surprised.
Me neither. First of all, they have Tim Hortons, which has Timbits, which are donut holes that are absolutely fantastically delicious.
I have a special request.
Okay.
Will you mail me some of those from Canada?
Timbits?
Yeah. I've never had one.
They're so good.
Did you know that over 10 billion donuts are made in the U.S. every year?
10 billion. It's, you know why? Because you don't just buy one donut.
No.
You buy one donut, you're stupid because you're going to want another one later.
It's true.
Like you buy 6 or 12 in a box, or a baker's dozen, which is 13.
Wait a minute. What did you just say about Canada?
They consume the most donuts and have the most donut shops per capita of any country in the world. If more,
Because it says here that they only produce 1 billion donuts a year. But with its lower population, the most donut shops.
Yeah.
Per capita means
Right,
per
per
person.
capita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's per person. That's what per capita means. Yeah.
I'm assuming that at some point in your life you've had Voodoo Donuts. The ones that come in the pink box.
I've had them over at Universal City Walk.
So I almost got married at the Voodoo Donuts in Portland at like 3 a.m. once to the one of the guys in one of the bands I was touring with, because Voodoo Donuts will marry you, give you a donut marriage license, 13 donuts in a box for like $100 for the spectacle of it.
A donut marriage license.
Yeah.
Like you can eat it. So that it's null and
Well,
void.
no, it's like it's not a real wedding.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Because at Taco Bell, you can get married for real, for real.
yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure you could technically get married at Voodoo Donuts if you wanted to, but the thing that you can buy is not legal.
We're going to probably attend a Taco Bell wedding in the very near future.
I think we probably will. Yeah.
Shout out.
I'm excited about it.
You know who you are.
Yep. So Voodoo Donuts started out as a very quiche, like it's in Portland, the original. They used to sell donuts glazed in NyQuil and others packed with Tums and Pepto, because Voodoo Donuts was open until like 4 a.m. and they would close for like a half an hour to reopen for the next morning. So they sold it to all the drunks. So people would be like, can I get the donut with the Tums in it?
Yeah.
But local health officials ordered them to stop because technically it's giving out medication in a restaurant and it violates your health codes orders. You know, the people that come in and make sure that you're all up to snuff on your health codes. Can't do that.
This is a weird fact, and I don't know how to read it because it's going to spell donut 2 ways.
Okay.
There are 10 people living in America with the last name Dough, D-O-U-G-H, nut,
What?
N-U-T, or donut, D-O-N-U-T.
What?
At least that was the total in 2011. It's unclear whether Dough, D-O-U-G-H, pardon me, N-U-T, was their given last name or whether they changed it out of passion for the pastry. Meanwhile, 13 people have the first name Donut, D-O-N-U-T, making it the 245,396th most popular name in the United States, which means it's got to be almost dead last.
Yeah.
13 people.
One would think. Weird.
There's a gentleman named Washington Irving, who is best known as the author of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, he's kind of known.
Yeah.
He's a guy. He wrote a pretty popular book.
He was the first person to describe donuts in print.
Read it to me. Do it in your best ASMR voice. Donut ASMR voice.
Describe the pastry as balls of sweetened dough fried in hog's fat and called donuts or ollikokies.
Ollikoeks.
Olliokies.
Ollioks.
Ollikokes.
Nope.
He is widely believed to be the first writer to wax poetic about these delicious concoctions.
He was correct completely. National Donut Day was not created by donut manufacturers.
Is that today?
No, it's not actually.
Okay, just regular
No,
Food Friday.
Just regular Food Fridays. But instead, it was created by the Salvation Army in 1938 to honor the donut dollies. That's what women volunteers who served donuts to soldiers in France during World War I were called. And they wanted to honor them. So they created National Donut Day for the donut dollies.
Have you ever heard of a spud nut?
I have heard of a spud nut. I've actually been to a diner that had spud nuts.
Huh. They're made with mashed potatoes or potato starch.
Mm-hmm.
Potato donuts were once so popular that they had their own fast food chain, Spud Nuts.
They're real good.
They're mostly defunct now, but there's still a few independent locations hanging on. It was founded by two brothers, an appliance salesman and a drugstore clerk in the 1940s. They were the first fast food donut chain to open in Los Angeles.
Oh.
Speaking of which, what's that one over by the airport with the big Randy's Donuts?
Randy's
Randy's
Donuts.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Our executive producer has filmed something where
In the donut?
he did with Ken Block in his big power super Mustang was doing donuts around the donut. He filmed that.
So cool.
Ken Block. Check it out. Jeremy's on first season of the Gymkhana Files on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
That's our executive producer. He lives on a far, far away wing of this facility.
Very far away.
Very far away.
Krispy Kreme once teamed up with Cheerwine, the soda company, to make a donut flavored soda.
I want to try it so desperately bad.
Did you know there's actually a name for the shape of a donut? It's called a toroid.
And-
For the circle with the circle taken out of the middle.
Oh, that's the
It's a
scientific name for
It's a toroid.
A circle in a circle?
Toroid. Toroid.
Guess what city has the most donut shops per person?
Is that per capita or?
Okay, that's a good callback. I got to give it to you. That's a good one.
Tell me.
Boston.
That makes sense to me.
It does.
There are Dunkin' Donuts is everywhere.
Yeah, Boston's
you know?
really love their donuts. The city has one donut shop for every single person that lives.
Shut up. That's not
every
true.
2,480 people, according to Adweek. So
Wow.
basically 2,500 people
Yeah.
get together and open their own donut
All
shop.
right. Well, here in California, the donut industry is controlled primarily by Cambodian immigrants.
There's a documentary about it.
What?
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, it's big time. He loses his money over and over again. I'm about to watch it. Oh.
I don't like when people lose their money
He
when they're
lost it-
trying to do
he
stuff.
lost it
It
gambling.
makes me sad.
Netflix. It's called The Donut King.
Oh. And does he win at the end?
I think you should watch it. He basically
Does he get to have his donut
he
shop?
goes to a donut shop and he's like, I could do this. And then he
Yeah.
takes out a loan and starts his own. And then he brings people over from where he's from to have them work in his donut shops.
Right.
And it goes on and on from there. I don't want to give it away. But
Okay.
do you know what the French call their donuts?
I do, but I can't think of it right now.
Nun's fart.
No, what's the actual? That's what it translates to. What's the word?
The airy fried dough fritters, slightly different from the American circular donuts, are called pets de non in French, which translates to nun's farts.
All right, nun's farts. I don't know how to feel about that.
You know how they say, cops love donuts?
Yeah.
There's some truth to the cops love donuts
I
trope.
was like, because they do.
Yeah, back in the 1950s, police officers on the graveyard shift would stop by donut shops, which were among the few establishments open late to do paperwork and have a snack. Eventually, the reciprocal relationship developed. Donut shop owners welcomed the protection of the police officers, and police officers liked having a place to chow down late at night. So the association stuck around.
Yep.
I've seen a ton of places that have signs on the window that say free coffee for cops. I would give free almost anything to cops just to have cops hanging around the shop.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Free podcast for cops. Oh, boy. I'm just kidding.
I think this is super interesting. And I think that you might think that this is pretty cool too.
Okay.
Researchers have noted that the size of the hole in a donut correlates with the quality of the economy. Specifically, the worse the economy, the bigger the donut hole gets. Because then they use less dough and it stretches out their materials longer and they make money. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So if you get a donut with a big old hole in it, it means things are not looking that great. Economic wise.
You remember, remember how we can never find editors on the internet?
Yes.
Look at the top here. Renee Zellweger ate 20 donuts a day to gain weight for the Bridget, what does that say?
Jones Sickle.
No space. Where are my editors at? Look at the
I mean,
picture
I
of those
can't
donuts.
take my eyes off those donuts, though.
Yeah.
That one with the chocolate and the peanut butter, it looks like, swirled on it.
That one?
No, the other one
This
next.
one?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I want all those.
Renee Zellweger needed to gain weight fast to reprise her role for the eponymous heroine, whatever. Bridget Jones. She ate a bunch of donuts to gain weight.
She did.
Yeah.
Titanium dioxide is used to make powdered donuts whiter.
Oh.
Yeah, so don't eat those ones.
The ones that come in a bag for
Yeah,
like $2.
don't eat those ones. There is also a donut shop in Michigan run entirely by cops.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty funny. Mm-hmm.
A New England ship captain claimed to have invented the hole in the donut. Yeah, why do they put a hole in them? Why don't you just have the whole? I mean, is it so you can put it around your finger?
I don't know. Is it?
Well, let's read along. Elizabeth Gregory, mother of 19th century ship captain Hanson Gregory, would famously make fried dough pastries for her son and his crew to take on their voyages. Though the elder Gregory may have been an elderly donut innovator, she packs the pastries with nuts and flavored them with cinnamon and nutmeg. It was Captain Hanson Gregory who claimed to have invented the actual donut hole, calling it the first donut hole ever seen by mortal eyes. And you're just going to have to take his word for it, I guess.
Well, I did not get to the bottom of that mystery, but Adolf Levitt, a Russian-born immigrant, was the person that invented the first automated donut machine in 1920. He called it the wonderful, almost human automatic donut machine.
Wow.
I love him.
Yeah.
If I invented anything, it would have a name like that. The awesome, almost human, blah, 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 blah.
Did you just
Yeah, I blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Did you know that there's etiquette to dunking your donut?
I'm sorry. Please explain.
So Clark Gable taught movie audiences how to properly dunk donuts in It Happened One Night. In 1934's It Happened One Night, Clark Gable's character outlined the rules for proper dunking etiquette to co-star Claudette Colbert. Dunking's an art, he explained. Don't let it soak so long. A dip and a plop in your mouth. If you let it soak so long, it'll get soft and fall off. It's all a matter of timing. I ought to write a book about it.
I agree with him on every single bit of that.
Yeah.
I found a little bit more information about your donut names.
Okay.
So, coupled with what you had, 95 people have the last name Long John. 12 people have the last name Bear Claw. 498 people have the last name Sprinkles.
Wow.
470 have the last name Fritter. And 1,634 have the last name Sugar. So all the different kinds of donuts.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, speaking of donut names, I think I can round this one out in a way that you might enjoy.
Okay.
So that is the
Randy's.
That's the Randy's we were talking about.
Yeah.
And it's been featured in tons of films.
Tons.
Including, but not limited to, Earth Girls Are Easy.
Great movie.
Get Shorty.
Great movie.
The Golden Child.
Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
And
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2. A couple of different ways. This is where Professor, what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson's character has his first conversation with some folks. And then there's another scene later where Iron Man's like in the hole.
Yeah.
Like
that's the one that I remember.
Yeah, is there a spaceship in this picture? In the hole.
Yeah,
That's weird.
it sure does look like it. Maybe that's when they were driving the Endeavor
Ah.
down, and so they
We should do an episode on that.
We should, when they drove the Endeavor through Los Angeles.
Yeah, we should definitely.
It was so cool.
Well, that's 15 minutes on donuts, Randy.
It sure is.
Join us on Monday. We're
I'm not
skipping this
Randy.
weekend, guys. There's not going to be a wrap up tomorrow. There's not going to be a warm up on Sunday.
No, we got things to do.
Taking the weekend off.
So we're just going to take some weekends off.
And if you doth protest, leave a comment.
Let us know.
We'll go back to it. But
We will.
Until somebody complains, we're not doing
Exactly.
weekends anymore.
Yep.
For now.
For now. Taking a little break off.
I'm going to go get a donut.
Me too.
All right. Call the cops.
Okay, bye.
Bye.